Everything explained in this video is summarized from the CoinMarketCap. And also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for future XRP news and some other cryptocurrency news in general. Now take a look at this. SEC sees agency advantage in XRP lawsuit. Before we move further, there is a new crypto airdrop now taking place, which is about to launch anytime soon. Please make sure you participate in the airdrop and link in the description of the video. Don't miss out on this. Let's continue with our video. An analyst estimates that there is a 60% likelihood that the Securities and Exchange Commission will file an appeal with the court. Nevertheless, he does not have the most impressive track record when it comes to this particular set of circumstances. On the horizon, is there an appeal? There has been no change in the status of the continuing legal dispute between Ripple and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, notwithstanding the latest developments. The most recent significant decision was made in August by federal judge Torres, who ruled that the sales of XRP on secondary markets to individual investors did not constitute securities transactions. This was the most recent significant ruling. Ripple, on the other hand, was compelled to pay a fine of $125 million for violating several securities regulations. Just a small portion of the $2 billion that the regulator first insisted on being paid is represented by this number. The fact that this occurred led to rumors that the agency would file an appeal of the verdict before the deadline of October 7th. The previous week, Eleanor Tourette, a journalist who works for Fox Business, reported that a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission's informed her that the watchdog will probably contest the order that Judge Torres issued in July 2023 over the XRP programmatic sales in the Ripple case. It is said that the attorney contended that everyone over there that truly believes that the decision is wrong, that it is not good law, and that it ought to be appealed. Recently, an attorney from the United States named Fred Rispoli asserted that the likelihood of such a scenario occurring had increased to 60%. He thinks that if there is no appeal, then programmatic would be considered a one-off loss that only applies to Ripple secondary sales and is a distinguishable loss. He continued by saying that appealing and getting Ripple affirmed is a huge gift to all litigants in the second circuit, fighting the Second Cial of New York and the CZ's favorite to argue that all secondary sales are not investment contracts. The previous opinion of Rispoli regarding the subject, at the beginning of this year, the attorney believed that the litigation that Ripple was involved in with the SEC would be legally resolved by the end of July, following the imposition of a penalty of $25 million for the company. On the other hand, as was stated earlier, the case continues. In addition, Rispoli responded to Ripple's motion, which was submitted in the middle of September, and asked for a stay on the court's judgment regarding the monetary portion. Going through all of this effort with establishing a trust for the funds will boost chances of an appeal, in my opinion. He said, suggesting that the development could be a forerunner to a prospective appeal by the Securities and Exchange Commission. In the end, however, this is simply the most predictable move for the SEC to make to buy time until the deadline to appeal on October 7th. Recently, the Ripple SEC case has gathered a significant amount of steam, and anticipation is skyrocketing as the deadline for the prospective appeal by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission draws closer. The cryptocurrency community is anticipating a last-minute appeal by the agency in the XRP litigation, which has the potential to further extend the ongoing legal war in the digital assets area. Many members of the crypto community are expecting this appeal. In the midst of this, former SEC attorneys have brought attention to the potential benefit that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission could gain if it decides to pursue an appeal in the case. For the Ripple SE case, an XX highlights the benefits of the agency. According to a recent post by Fox journalist Eleanor Tourette, insiders at the United States Securities and Exchange Commission believe that the verdict on XRP programmatic sales was erroneous. Former Securities and Exchange Commission Secretary Mark Fagel responded to this by voicing his worries about the verdict that Judge Torres made in the Ripple SEC case in July 2023. Tourette referenced the opinions of CC insiders, and he suggests that even if the verdict might be incorrect, the agency has been hesitant to challenge it because of the uncertainty of whether or not an appeal will be successful. One of the most significant problems is that the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has not provided any proof to demonstrate that Ripple's promotional materials were distributed. According to him, it is an essential component of the case that the agency is making. In the meantime, the judge believes that the absence of this relationship undermines the SEC's position that purchasers had a reasonable expectation of profit as a result of Ripple's efforts. As a result of this verdict, questions and speculations have arisen over the possibility that the agency's position will not be successful in an appeal. On the other hand, James Farrell, a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission, emphasizes the most important benefit that the agency possesses in the XRP litigation. He stated that the appeal court functions according to a de novo review standard, which means that it can reevaluate the evidence without taking into consideration the findings of Judge Torres. The agency may have the option to reinsert its testimony that was previously excluded if this new evaluation is brought to its attention. In other words, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, might be able to discover a way to gain an advantage in the appeal court, which might provide the agency with a significant advantage in the case. Investors who are keeping a close eye on the price of XRP appear to have a variety of perspectives within the cryptocurrency industry regarding the possibility of an appeal in the Ripple SEC case. As a point of reference, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderati think that the XRP case is over and that the agency may not proceed with any appealing the decision. On the other hand, many members of the community are anticipating a last-minute appeal from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, which might further prolong the case. When taking into account all of these factors, investors are keeping a careful eye on the price of XRP to have a better understanding of the sentiment of the market as the deadline of October 7 draws closer. At the time of this writing, the price of XRP had decreased by 2.4 to $62, but its trading volume had increased by 58 to $2 billion. Notably, the cryptocurrency has reached a high of 6 cents in the past 24 hours, and it has seen gains of more than 10% over the past 30 days. Meanwhile, there could be a flurry of reasons that could have allowed XRP to breach critical levels recently, and bullish statements from Ripple officials have further stoked optimism. XRP has recently broken the crucial levels. In the interest of providing some background, Ripple President Monica Long recently provided some insights about the Ripple stablecoin released, the XRP ledger, and other important parts of the company. In conclusion, the action that Ripple filed against the SEC continues to have a substantial impact on the markets for cryptocurrencies. The possibility of an appeal by the SEC could change the way the matter is resolved and have an impact on the price of XRP. As they keep a close eye on forthcoming events, traders maintain a state of vigilance. The information that has been provided is not intended to be trading advice. There is no responsibility for any investments that are made based on the information that is provided on this page. Before making any decision about investments, we strongly advise conducting independent research and consulting with a knowledgeable professional.